Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. Well, Iboro Tonga joins us now. He's the head media and publicity of the APC campaign organization to talk about the election tribunal, some issues about that. Morning, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
We understand it's been moved from Akwa Ibom State to Abuja.
That's correct.
Both parties are speaking about it. The PDP says, look, this is not right. It shouldn't happen. But your party has a different view. Tell us about it.
Yes, that's correct. The tribunal has been moved to Abuja at the instance of the tribunal itself, because the tribunal felt they were not safe in Akwa Ibom. There were security issues. At each sitting, you had PDP busing their supporters in about 30 long vehicles to go to the venue and crowd out everything and everybody.
You said this is at each sitting?
Yes.
How many sittings have they had? Has there been?
Preliminary, the real things had not started. Preliminary, where they were taking, motion that APC should be allowed to inspect ballot papers and so on and so forth. So at each of these sittings, PDP carried out everybody and everything, and the tribunal members felt threatened. In fact, a sitting Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice in the state, before the last government expired, became so unruly that he actually went to the venue of the examination of the ballot papers to cause mayhem. Took off his jacket, rolled off his sleeve, and was ready to take on everybody in a Mike Tyson kind of fight. So virtually, law and order had broken down, and the tribunal felt unsafe and had to request the authorities of the Court of Appeal to relocate to Abuja. That was what happened.
Okay, prior to this request for relocation, when some of these things happened, was there any request by the tribunal for additional security cover?
How many policemen could you have to protect you against hundreds or against thousands, several thousands of PDP supporters and members? How many?
In other words, there was none, no request.
I can't speak for the tribunal.
Are you aware of any? Did you hear of any of such requests?
I didn't. But probably they made requests. It's only the tribunal that can precisely say.
You're based in Akwa Ibom.
Yes, I live in Akwa Ibom, but I also visit Lagos frequently.
Do you think the tribunal's sitting in Akwa Ibom, in your own view, is unsafe?
Yes, I do. Remember, we in PDP had lost so many people in the build-up and during the elections.
PDP?
We in APC, I'm sorry about that. We in APC had lost so many members in the build-up and during the elections. And when you now had threatening crowds at the tribunal venue, you don't wait to lose another person before you take action, before you decide to take safety measure.
But your party didn't make that move until the tribunal, according to what you're saying, until the tribunal did. If you felt you had lost some of your party members leading up to this particular process, and you felt you were unsafe to come to the tribunal in Akwa Ibom State, you're there, why didn't your party also write the way the tribunal had requested to be moved to Abuja?
No, our party made a case about the location. Very much early in the day, our party made a case. So the tribunal decision happened to have been consistent with reality on ground in Akwa Ibom.
Your party made a case? When was that?
Just by the time the tribunal was constituted, given our experience.
What was the case that you made?
that the tribunal should be taken to a neutral ground because of safety concerns.
Before it was constituted, you requested that it be taken to a neutral ground.
By the time it was constituted.
Do you think that this could be, because if you had already requested or made that request, do you think that this could also be construed as the court being biased towards you?
There is no bias about this. Let me tell you, it is not only the tribunal in Akwa Ibom that has been relocated. I know as a fact that the tribunal in for Rivers State rather, has been relocated. I know for a fact too that the tribunal in Borno State had been relocated. So there's nothing isolated about the case of Akwa Ibom. And all these relocations were because of security concerns. Life is just once. We lost people and we can never get them back. We lost a former deputy speaker of the State House of Assembly in the build up to this election. We buried him about 2 weeks ago. We can never get him back. We've been losing people. We just lost a key member of APC, Dr. Ibom. It was in the course of attending a court case that was instituted against him by the immediate past governor of the state. We keep losing people. In the election on the March 28th and April 11, we lost about 30 people, 30 members and supporters of APC. No one should sit down and to lose more. So the security concern in Akwa Ibom is pervasive. It's palpable.
You allege that the PDP usually brings their supporters to court in busloads.
Yes.
Do you have any pictorial evidence of this?
Well, I think I don't have pictures of those buses at the tribunal venue now, but I think any search online could bring up such pictures.
You say there are 30 buses at each of those
I said up to 30, if not more. We're talking of hundreds or thousands of members of the PDP.
Is it a political rally? How is that possible?
That is precisely why we were concerned. It wasn't a political rally. So why do you bus thousands of members to the venue of the tribunal?
Do you think that that's also maybe a sign that the people too are concerned about what is going to happen at the tribunal? Because it's possible that they're not being bussed, like you say. It's maybe they themselves sponsoring their own bus fares and coming down to the venue.
However they came, whoever took them there was a security concern. Number is a challenge. Number is a weapon that could be positive or negative. Who knows? Those visitations could get sinister byways. Yeah. And it was just wise that decisions were taken so that we don't get to a point where we will lose momentum, where there will be a riot. I told you in fact, at the time some of this incident happened, it was a sitting Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice in the state.